What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G Might As Well Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the final Sunday game, the Cowboys and the Eagles, Week 10, 2018. I don't know what happened in this game, but I'm going to explain to you what I saw, all right? Now, throughout the entirety of the game, you regularly heard Chris Collinsworth, who was one of the commentators, talk about the accuracy of Dak Prescott. So I just want to start off with saying that Dak Prescott threw for 270 yards, and most of you guys that watch my podcast or listen to it have continuously told me that Dak is the problem. Now, I saw some really, really bad passes from him. I don't know, which way I'm going, but I don't think that he was the real reason that they won the game. Let me break down. Even though he had 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, he had a lot of bad passes, 270 yards. I don't think he was the guy or the reasoning behind why they won the game. Zeke Elliott, right? This is what didn't make much sense to me. Zach Martin gets injured. They put in another guy at guard that I don't even know if the guy, they said he took like 6 snaps for the entire season, right? And you thought that the Cowboys were just going to lose. Keep in mind, their defense was playing well the entire game, just locking up Walker 2-on-1s, right? But you didn't feel like they were going to be able to do anything because you know that it starts with the run. I don't care about what anybody else says. That much we have to all concede to know that it's true. The Cowboys start and end with Zeke Elliott, all right? So listen now. Listen to what happens. Walker to him throws a pick to Vander, who I believe is enough for them to cut Sean Lee because he never plays anyway, and the guy is always out. So he just needs to go and retire, just go away. When he plays, he's really, really good, but it's too much to, oh, is he going to play today? Oh, his hamstring hurts. Oh, his calf hurts. His baby toe hurts. Like, he just needs to go sit down. But that interception changed the game for me because it gave them a field goal, I believe, from that drive because I don't think they were able to get into the end zone because Dak Prescott had Zeke Elliott open in the flat on the left and just threw the ball to a cheerleader on the sideline. But that's neither here nor there. Vander sparked the Cowboys going forward, right? Not to mention that Randy Gregory is back. Let's see if he can stay off the drugs, off the weed. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. We'll see what can happen with that. But that was initially what turned this game around. Now, from that, right, Zach Martin comes back. They take him to the back. He comes back, right? I don't know how many of you guys realize this, but it's not smart to run the ball against the 8-man front. And the Cowboys was doing it all last night against the Eagles. And manhandling that Eagles D-line, which I did not see coming. Listen, first of all, this is what scares me about the Cowboys. We all know, right, that come time when it's time, like right now they're tied with the Eagles in the NFC East, right? If they do make the playoffs, you're not making a living running against the 8-man front. Dak Prescott has to beat you. That's what scares me about it. Zeke was running through dudes like Herschel Walker. He was mixed with a little bit of Eddie George. He was trucking dudes and getting an additional 10 yards, bro. But like I said, my issue has never been with Zeke. The problem is I've been trying to figure out and evaluate what are we going to do about Dak because that's the situation for all of you Cowboy fans that are going wild because Jerry Jones already said, I'm giving him an extension. All right, so you know that that's your guy. But throughout that game, he doesn't know how to make his decision. He's looking to the left. He waits. He looks to the left again, and then he throws the ball late. Gallup is out of bounds because of him releasing the ball late. He doesn't have timing. Listen, can he grow and become something better? Absolutely. Remember Walker to him? Remember his first year? He's pretty disgusting. Came back the next year, putting in work. Last night, it wasn't one of his best days. But I can tell you this. It's his 3rd year. Some games it has looked like he's regressing, but I still think that he can be a suitable quarterback because remember, throw for 270 yards, right, against that Eagles defense, even though their cornerbacks, most of them were on the sideline in regular street clothes. So that wasn't the real Eagles team. Just like I'm trying to point it out, be fair with everybody so that nobody's like, oh, yo, you missed this, you missed that. You got to understand that wasn't their full team. All right. The issue that I have, though, is that their D-line with Michael Bennett as the addition, you got Fletcher Cox out there, you got a lot of good players. I thought they would probably be able to dominate by having the 8 men in the box and making Dak Prescott beat you. But when you have 8 men in the box and Zeke is just eating, bro, every time I looked at the screen, this dude was doing the eating animation. Like, bro, like, why is he eating against 8 in the box? That's the problem. Like, you guys got to realize something. If this was like, you know, any other team running 8-man in the box, any other team, any other team, any of them, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't know if it's because it's a division rivalry. I don't know what's going on. But any other team, listen, Dak is going to have to beat you. They're not going to let Zeke Elliott do whatever he wants. And that's what we were able to see last night. This dude was just doing whatever. Like, it didn't even matter. Okay, you got 8 guys. Oh, you got 9 guys. Dude's running engage 8. It didn't matter. He's running for all these yards. So now, this is what the issue is, right? Earlier in the game, I was getting very, very angry about the way the O-line was playing prior to the first time that Zach Martin got hurt on that play when, you know, the dude collapsed under his leg or whatever, right? I'm like, yo, this O-line is not doing nothing. Granted, Travis Frederick is hurt. I understand all that. They got Looney out there. He's supposed to be a suitable dude, whatever. Okay, they weren't playing well. I don't know what happened to them, but all of a sudden, they started to block. Bro, they started to really put in work, and I didn't know what was going on. And it was scary because Travis Frederick is in there, and they were blocking and giving him enough to be able to see. Because like I said, Zeke Elliott has very, very good, ball vision. Like, he can see, he knows exactly what's going on in the field. So when he got certain key blocks, it was a wrap. But I was like, yo, when they started doing those, they were doing like the pause, the screenshots, and they were showing it because I was looking at it like, yo, that's at least 8 dudes in the box. And then when they paused it and freeze framed it and showed it like, you know, yo, that is really 8 men in the box. I was like, hold on. How is he running the ball against this? So what I started to do was every time they started snapping the ball, I started to look at what was going on, you know what I'm saying, as far as when they at the line of scrimmage, who was winning the line of scrimmage, right? The Cowboys offensive line was legitimately standing them up, bro. Fletcher Cox was getting stood up and thrown around. You know what I'm saying? Bennett was getting just stood up and thrown around. And that was the key to the game. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, bro. Like, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how many of you guys bet the Cowboys or thought the Cowboys would win, but most people wouldn't have thought they would have won this game. Okay, just based on the way that they've been playing. And I want to point something else out. Amari Cooper, a lot of people have been mad about, you know, the first-round pick to get Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper runs routes, and he gives, Dak an opportunity to throw the ball with enough separation of a wide receiver in the NFL. Dak just kept on missing him. I just want to point that out. So if Dak learns how to play the game of football the right way at the quarterback position and is able to take advantage of those windows, I don't know what they got to do, but Amari Cooper is a very, very good addition to this team. So he just, like I said, he just needs to figure out a way to just be like, you know what? I got this. You know what I'm saying? I got this. Dak has to figure out a way, like, bro, look, because if he's able to beat, to beat defenses that put 8 men in the box, you know what I'm saying? Be able to get dudes, hit a dude open, drag route. He had a nice throw to Beasley on the sideline. He made some good plays. But consistently overall, he missed a lot of open receivers, and he was very, very errant with his throws. I think he's still nervous in the pocket. There's some other things going on. But there's a lot of upside to this. That's what's scary about it. Because all of a sudden, now that they're tied, you give the Cowboys life. So now you're going to have these Cowboy fans coming out of the woodworks, just going 8. Like, bro, yo, we back. Zeke is a man. All this kind of stuff's going to be going on. But it's not about that. And their defensively, they've been really, really good, which is why everybody was surprised that the Titans took care of them. But again, it's all going to fall back on Dak Prescott. That's why right now I don't know what to really think about them going forward, because can we logically say that the Eagles, once they get their corners back, are going to lose to the Cowboys? Like, you know what I'm saying? The Redskins, when they play the Redskins defensively, I think the Dallas Cowboys can play with anybody. If you get Randy Gregory out there, you got DeMarcus Lawrence, you got Vander ESCH out there, like, bro, these guys can play with anyone. So don't get it twisted defensively. Can they score? Can they score when there's 8 men in the box and dudes are really out there balling? Like, this was an anomaly. I don't know how he was running like that on an 8-man front, but all I can tell you is Zeke is a real man out there. You know what I'm saying? But the jury's still out on Dak Prescott. We have to figure out exactly what's going on with it. But overall, I was completely shocked with the way that Carson Wentz played throughout this game. They dominated him. They sacked him. They did whatever they wanted to do to him. And like I said, that's why we watched the game. Because you can say whatever you want to say on paper, but none of you guys thought that the Cowboys would win this. I can't wait to see how many of you guys write in the comments that you did. Thank you guys and girls for watching. Until next time, one love.